Before we get back to the show, let me tell you about Bart's Pizza. Bart Basilico reinvented his father's pizzeria business by putting it on wheels. I'm talking a pizza food truck, baby. Bart and his wife Lauren travel all around Metro Detroit, cooking up homemade pies made fresh to order in their 4-layered pizza oven on wheels. You can find them on their website at eatbartspizza.com and Facebook and Instagram as well at Bart's Pizza. His last name is literally Basil, so you know he knows what he's doing. Make sure to grab a cannoli as well while you're there. Bart's Pizza, it's too good.
Yo, I'm Jake Masucci from Jake's Takes. I wanted to talk a little bit about my show on my guy Giovanni's own show. And I wanted to talk about a little bit about Jake's Takes. I'm a student manager at Oakland University, and I kind of just talk all things sports. I talk a lot about the NBA, talk a little college basketball. We did a lot of March Madness stuff recently. We talked about NBA playoffs, NFL playoffs, talked a lot about the NFL draft. It's basically just an all things sports show. I really think you guys would enjoy it. And shout out to my guy Giovanni. Love him. But please check out Jake's Takes. It's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and then it's also available on its own YouTube channel. So please check out Jake's Takes, but please continue enjoying Giovanni's show.
So that is going to wrap up your Oakland sports update for the GioMoShow here. We're going to get into the USPBL before heading into a break, and then we'll be talking about the Detroit Lions pregame summary, pregame review going into the game against the Chiefs. As for the USPBL, the season has wrapped up as we're getting ready for championship weekend this weekend. Or I should say the regular season has wrapped up. And for the final stretch, I went through the records just to see how each team has done in the month of August up until this point. As I was away for most of the month of August, so I was going to let the season kind of settle itself before I come back and revisit it. And that is what happened here. So, since August 1st, the best record was to the Westside Woolly Mammoths. An 11-4 record since August 1st. Right behind them is the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, my frogs, baby. Had a 8-6 record since August 1st. Beavers with 7-7. And then the Unicorns having a tough end to the season. 3-12 record going into championship weekend. That putting the final standings with the Westside Woolly Mammoths clinching the first seed. 27-18 record, 60% winning for the season. Eastside Diamond Hoppers are the second seed, 23-21, and the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers in third, but not by much. 21-23 is their record, and then Utica in last place, 17-26 on the season. And for championship weekend, to kind of give you an idea of how 4 teams compete for a championship, it's simple. The fourth and third seed, they play on Thursday. Then the winner of that match faces the Eastside Diamond Hoppers at the second seed on Friday. And then the winner of all those games, whoever makes it out of there, faces the first seed Westside Woolly Mammoths for the championship game on Saturday at Jimmy John's Field. And just a little personal experience, I was able to make it to the last regular season doubleheader of the Unicorns and the Diamond Hoppers. Harsh Bhutar, our sports director here, accompanied me as well. And we ran into an old friend, or rather a new and current friend. Teddy Ridequist, SID, for Oakland University Athletics, was on the call at the USPBL network for the final doubleheader of the regular season. And we were able to meet up with him, kind of chat it up a little bit, talk about how he got into the broadcasting booth for the USPBL. He told us that it was because of Oakland head coach of baseball, Jordan Banfield. Made a few appearances on the USPBL and, gave Teddy the information, kind of started his path to the USPBL, and it started a bit of an Oakland mix for USPBL at Jimmy John's Field, calling the games on their YouTube stream. So that was a fun little nugget to find out. I just happened to be listening to the stream on the, while we're sitting in the stands, just curious who was on the call. I know that they do these streams, and I was like, wait a minute, Teddy. I had texted him right away. I'm like, hey, what are you doing after the game? How much time you got? And we were able to chat it up a little bit, and it was just great to see him once again. And also, shout out to Joe Burke. Not only was he nominated for, I believe, MVP, allow me to fact check this. as the USPBL has announced all of their season awards. And they tweeted a bunch of them. Yep, Joe Burke, candidate for MVP. Not only did he accomplish this, but he was the beer batter in Game 1 and was able to get a hit within his first 3 attempts. So, well done to Joe Burke. And not only is Joe Burke nominated for MVP, amongst other hoppers nominated for other awards, but Oakland University's very own Christian the Stash Stelling, nominated for Relief Pitcher of the Year for the USPBL in his time in the Diamond Hoppers. Stelling played in 13 games, allowed only 7 hits, walked only 8 batters, and had 23 strikeouts. All that adding up to a final ERA of 0.00. And batters against the Stash only batted 111. 111. So, in a freaking awesome performance by the Stash, Oakland University's former pitcher, making waves in the USPBL, and we wish him good luck, not only in championship weekend, but on the Relief Pitcher of the Year award. Hopefully it goes to him. And of course, go Diamond Hoppers in championship weekend. The Frogs are going to be winning it in 2023, baby. I just know it. And they're going to be raising that banner and crowning the Hoppers for their first championship since opening of the USPBL in 2016. It's a well-deserved one, and I want to say, in the beginning of the season, I called the Hoppers being worst to first, as last year they were the 4th seed, but I was only a little bit off. They were the 2nd seed. But if a championship is what comes after that, then it doesn't quite matter. Hoppers 2023, baby. Let's get it. And that is going to bring us to our first break of the show. Coming up next on WXOU on the GioMoShow, we're going to have your Detroit Lions talking about them and their game against the Kansas City Chiefs. What can we expect, or what are my feelings on it, and what can you expect to see? Not only if you're watching it at home or if you're at the Hamlin Circle, listening to me do my best to commentate the game for the WXOU Lions Watch Party. We'll be right back here on WXOU for the GioMoShow.